Good evening, everyone. I want to start by asking you to think about something simple. How often do you try to control your life? How often do you try to plan every step, predict every outcome, and shape your future with certainty? It's a natural instinct. We want to control the uncontrollable. We want to hold on to the things that feel safe, secure, and predictable. But here's the truth: control is a myth. We can't control the future. We can't control the obstacles that come our way. We can't control how others think, act, or respond. But here's the good news: we can control how we respond to what life throws at us. We can control our adaptability. And adaptability, that's power. Let's talk about the greatest successes in history. They weren't born from rigid control or perfect planning. They came from people who embraced change, who adapted to new challenges, and who saw setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to innovate. Think about the tech industry. The companies that thrive aren't the ones who try to hold on to outdated systems or strategies. They're the ones that shift course when they need to, that evolve faster than their competitors, that challenge the status quo and push boundaries. The world doesn't wait for anyone to get comfortable, it moves forward. And those who can move with it are the ones who will succeed. Let's take a step back for a moment. Control on the surface seems like the answer. It feels reassuring, but in reality, it's like holding onto water. It slips away the more tightly you grip. Adaptability, on the other hand, is fluid. It's flexible. It doesn't resist change. It works with it. Look at the greatest leaders who didn't control, but who shaped the environment, inspired others, and knew how to navigate uncertainty with confidence. Adaptability allows them to stay relevant, to continuously evolve, and to inspire others to follow along. So, if you're stuck in the pursuit of control, ask yourself, are you spending your energy trying to shape a world that will inevitably change, or are you preparing yourself to flow with that change, to use it to your advantage? We live in a world that celebrates control. The idea that if we can just manage every detail, predict every outcome, and set everything in its place, we can create a perfect and predictable life. It feels comforting, right? It's a sense of security. But here's the truth: control is an illusion. You can't control the world around you. You can't predict the future. You can't plan for every twist and turn that life will throw your way. And that's okay, because adaptability is the real power. Let's break this down. Control gives us the false sense that we can shape the world according to our will. But life has a way of changing faster than we expect. Technology advances, markets shift, people change, and circumstances unfold in unexpected ways. No amount of planning, no amount of control can stop that. In fact, trying to maintain control can often make us feel stuck. We become so focused on managing every little thing that we miss the bigger picture. We resist change, when in fact it's change that drives progress. Take a moment to think about the most significant breakthroughs in history. Were they planned down to the last detail? Or were they the result of people adapting to new ideas, new challenges, and new opportunities? Whether it's a business, a scientific discovery, or a social movement, success is rarely about perfect control. It's about the ability to adapt to what's happening, to adjust and learn as you go. Consider the world of business. Companies that refuse to adapt to changing trends or technologies become obsolete. Look at Kodak, for example. They were once the leader in photography, but they failed to adapt to the rise of digital photography and smartphones. They held on to what they knew control while the world around them evolved. Today, Kodak is largely irrelevant. Meanwhile, companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google thrive because they embraced change, adapted, and shaped the future. The ability to adapt is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about seeing the potential in new situations and using them to your advantage. It's about finding opportunities where others see obstacles. It's about knowing that while you can't control everything, you can control how you respond to what comes your way. Think of nature. The strongest trees aren't the ones that stand still against the wind. They are the ones that bend and sway, that adjust to the storm without breaking. Their strength lies not in rigidity, but in their ability to flow with the changes around them. The same principle applies to our lives and businesses. When we release the need to control and embrace the power of adaptability, we unlock the potential to grow, innovate, and evolve. Control limits us. Adaptability expands our horizons. When we are adaptable, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, to growth we didn't anticipate. Adaptability doesn't mean being passive or letting things happen to us. It means being proactive in our response to the inevitable changes. It means preparing ourselves to pivot when necessary, to learn quickly, and to take action in ways that align with the new reality we find ourselves in. We must embrace uncertainty, not fear it. The world moves quickly, and those who adapt fastest are the ones who will lead the way. So the question is, are you holding on to the illusion of control, or are you ready to embrace the power of adaptability? Because adaptability is what will take you further than control ever could. It's what will allow you to stay relevant, keep evolving, and shape your future, no matter what challenges come your way. In a world where nothing stays the same, adaptability is not just an asset, it's a necessity. And those who master it will always be one step ahead. In a world that's constantly changing, rigid systems, those that refuse to bend, shift, or adapt are destined to break. We've all encountered systems, structures, and approaches that seem unyielding. They're built on rules, timelines, and processes that offer a sense of control. At first, they seem like the right way to achieve success. But over time, these rigid systems begin to crack under the pressure of change. They struggle to keep up with new technologies, evolving markets, and shifting consumer needs. When you try to hold something in place that's designed to move, it eventually gives way. Consider an example from the tech industry. The rise of the smartphone revolutionized the way we communicate, work, and live. Yet companies that were too invested in older, rigid systems like BlackBerry struggled to adapt. They were unwilling to shift their mindset or embrace the new possibilities smartphones presented. Instead of evolving with the times, they stuck to what they knew best, and eventually they were overtaken by competitors who adapted quickly to change. Now think about the opposite, the companies that thrive and continue to lead in their industries. They didn't hold on to rigid systems that restricted their growth. Instead, they built flexible frameworks that allowed them to change, innovate, and pivot when needed. Companies like Apple, Amazon, and Tesla understood that change is constant, and rather than resisting it, they embraced it. They built systems that could bend without breaking, adapting to new ideas and challenges along the way. Rigid systems break because they don't have the flexibility to absorb the pressure of change. Adaptability, on the other hand, is like water. It can flow, adjust, and navigate obstacles. When pressure hits, it doesn't crack, it shifts and continues to move forward. Look at nature. The strongest trees don't resist the wind. They bend with it, sway with it, and grow stronger because of it. The same principle applies to businesses, teams, and individuals. Those who are flexible, who adapt, and who are open to change are the ones who withstand the pressure and thrive. Rigid systems, though they may seem efficient at first, are vulnerable. They break because they are built on the idea of perfect control, not on the reality of ongoing change. If you want to succeed, whether it's in business, leadership, or personal development, you have to let go of the need to control everything. Instead, build systems that are flexible, resilient, and capable of adapting to new information and changing environments. In this ever-evolving world, the key to lasting success is not about being inflexible and rigid. It's about being able to bend, adjust, and evolve with the changes around you. The ability to do so is what allows you to stay relevant, to grow, and to thrive. Because remember, rigid systems break under pressure, but adaptable systems thrive in it. In a world that is evolving faster than ever, one thing remains clear: the most successful people are the ones who embrace change. Change isn't something to fear, it's something to welcome, something to leverage. The truth is, nothing stays the same. The world around us is constantly shifting. New technologies emerge, industries evolve, social norms transform, and the way we do business changes overnight. The sooner you realize that change is inevitable, the sooner you can begin to adapt and use it to your advantage. Think about the greatest innovators in history, the ones who reshaped industries, built empires, and left a lasting impact. What did they all have in common? They didn't resist change, they embraced it. They understood that stagnation was a greater threat than uncertainty. They took risks, adapted to realities, and used change as a catalyst for growth. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He didn't build Apple by sticking to the status quo or by clinging to outdated methods. He revolutionized the tech world by constantly pushing boundaries, redefining what technology could do, and shaping a future that others couldn't even imagine. Jobs was a visionary because he was willing to embrace the unknown and challenge the norms. Similarly, Elon Musk didn't achieve success by playing it safe. From Tesla to SpaceX, he has continually embraced change and turned the impossible into reality. Whether it's electric cars or rockets, Musk's ability to adapt to new technologies and ideas has made him one of the most influential people of our time. The key to success isn't about clinging to old methods and resisting change. It's about having the vision to see opportunity in every shift and the courage to move forward, even when the future is unclear. Success comes from seeing change, not as a disruption, but as a door to new possibilities. And it's not just about big innovators. In every industry, the individuals who stand out are those who adapt to change. Look at your workplace. It's the people who stay curious, who embrace new tools, and who are open to evolving with the industry that climb the ranks and make the biggest impact. Those who resist change, who fight against it, will inevitably fall behind. The world doesn't wait for anyone. The sooner you learn to welcome change and move with it, the sooner you'll unlock new opportunities for growth, innovation, and success. Change is the one constant in life, and it's the key to staying ahead in an ever-changing world. The most successful people are those who are flexible, who view challenges as chances to grow, and who see change as a tool for progress, not a roadblock. So ask yourself, are you embracing change? Are you using it to your advantage? Because the world is changing, and those who are ready to change with it are the ones who will lead the way.